To sum up how I'm feeling right now, I thought I would serenade you with some Will Young. Brace yourselves. I think I better leave right now before falling in deeper. I think I better leave right now. Frankfurt getting weaker and weaker. Somebody better show me how to make my tactics work. I think I better leave right now. I put some proper emotion into that. It's a cringy intro, but I have left Frankfurt, and now we're at Hertha Berlin. And if you didn't know, I had £224 million to spend. What did I do with it? You're about to find out. I am so excited. Best window ever. I could get used to this kind of money. I really could. And considering I still have £159 million in the bank, with 23 million of the transfer budget still left, I'm feeling pretty confident that that might not be the last big spending window I have. Some people are asking how the hell we got Hertha Berlin to such a state. I think they must have been taken over by a tycoon. Either way, I'm absolutely delighted because it's given me free reign, free, F-R-E-E, Mike. It's given me free reign to go out and buy whoever I wanted. Not everybody. Apparently, Sami Medri, you can't buy him for £250 million, no matter how much you bid for it. So, not all brilliant, but I've made some absolutely banging signings. Some new faces and some familiar ones. Shall we meet the new team? So, I've sold 9 players and I bought another 9 in. We didn't really know the players before, so there's no point in me telling you who we've sold. Let's just talk about who's coming in, and then we can meet the squad properly. We'll start with the youngster, Hamid Sidibe. Bought him in 19 years old on a pre-contract for only 250k. Already gone up in value. Just one I'm looking to potentially sell him for the future, unless he somehow becomes magically a lot better than his attributes suggest. But it was recommended I get him on an 84 scout rating, so there's obviously something there. Just not really sure what it is. Okay, outside of that is a familiar face, and Hector Pavez I brought back in from Frankfurt. One of the few players I actually really liked there, and I thought, you know what, this guy is pretty decent. 24-year-old Chilean, still very good at right back. Acceleration and physicals are brilliant. Mentally could do a little bit of work, and technically still not brilliant, but he has improved during his time at Frankfurt. I do think he is going to get better. He will be my supporting right back, not my first choice. We'll meet him in a minute. It's worth noting, he's the cheapest of the kind of first team signings that I made. And £40 million was the entire budget I was given with Frankfurt last year. Just saying. And now we're into the £30 million stay, and that comes in the form of Alfredino, who's a very decent goalkeeper I bought in from Benfica. You can tell his goals conceded to goals play record is actually very good. 251 appearances in his career, 238 goals conceded, only 72 conceded while he was at Benfica. Yes, it's a more competitive league, but you can tell there's some very nice attributes that I quite like the look of, and mentally he's quite strong as well, which I think is very important for a goalkeeper. Has a resolute personality as well. Might only be rated at 2.5 stars. I think he's a bit better than that. There wasn't really much in the way of first class goalkeepers that I could go and get, so to get him for £30 million is not bad, because we've also got a very good backup who is probably going to take over from him in the future. Another player I bought in from Frankfurt is Larry Ibe. He was the player of the year last year for Frankfurt, and rightly so. Played at a good over 7 rating. I think it was 7.19. Pretty good. 2 goals, 8 assists. Not bad in a team that really struggled to find consistency throughout his time at the club. Technically, absolutely brilliant, especially from a defensive point of view. The first touch was 16, penalty taking 15, technique 13, passing 13. Could probably do a little bit of work on those two, but he will get better. It's mentally where he really excels. He's got good work rate, good vision, good teamwork, good off the ball, good decisions, and physically as well, pretty strong. He's still only 21 years old, will get a lot better, Into the 40 millions, Ratko Rosic, who's going to be my #1 striker, I think, this year. Don't be fooled by the fact he's only 2.5 stars. Look at his attributes and tell me that he's not fantastic. 16 finishing, 17 first touch, 16 passing, 17 technique, decent vision, flair 16, determination 17, decisions 14, composure 14. Physically, a bit taller and kind of more lumbered, then probably a little bit quick. But I have to say, he's a deep lying forward. He's going to help link up the play a lot more. And the guy I've got behind him, we're kind of playing almost like a 2 up top, but not quite. Because that man is Luke Visser, and he is by far the best player that I've signed. Luke Visser is a 20-year-old Dutch wonder kid who I bought in from Ajax for £45 million. Actually, tell I, £50 million. 200k a week, but my god, is it worth it. Physically, insane. Mentally, very good. Technically, insane. He's a shadow striker. He is the one that I'm playing in a shadow striker role, a role I've never really used. He is playing in behind Rosic in a 4-2-3-1 system, which we'll go over in a minute, but he looks just so good. We've got 3 more players left, and all of them are absolutely brilliant. Paul Amondi is going to be first up. I mean, what more can you say? Physically, just incredible. He can play on either foot, which is amazing for a winger. Technically, could use maybe a little bit more work. These here, because he's only 21, will end up being in like high double figures. We're talking 16s, 17s, 18s for crossing, dribbling, first touch, etc. And that's going to be amazing. Mentally as well, he's going to get better and excel. I just want him to go off and just cause havoc. He's been brilliant in pre-season. He's got 4 goals and 3 assists already. He's been absolutely brilliant. Brought him in from Borussia Dortmund for £55 million. Again, just a brilliant, brilliant player. And the traits he's got as well. He's tall as well, 188 centimetres high, which is near on 6'1" for a winger who's that quick. Insane, insane. This guy might not be the most expensive signing I've made, but the name, we've talked about him before, Johnny Bravo. As, oh mate, you better get used to that. You smell kind of pretty. Well, smell me. Technically, not the best, okay. You know, he's got 7 technique, 11 passing, 10 long shots, 5 finishing, first touch of 8. Not great. Mentally, though, insane. Physically, insane. As a box-to-box carrier of the ball, perfect. He's already got a couple of goals as well under his name. I mean, yeah, I'm delighted. I'm absolutely delighted. He's got lovely traits as well. Gets for whenever possible. Looks for a pass rather than attempting to score. Exactly what you want. I only signed him for £23 million as well, so I think that's pretty good value. But the man we all wanted to see, I spent £70 million on. We know I love him, and he's back. It could only ever be Igor Thompson, the Brazilian 23-year-old centre-back I bought from Derby for 70 million big ones, but it's so worth it. I forgot how good he is. I look at him and I think, I love you. I'm in love. Just look at it. Heading 18, marking 15, tackling 16, mentally impeccable, physically insane. I'm genuinely in love. I'm genuinely in love. Oh, sorry, I was literally just staring at him. And it's not the end of the transfer window yet, but those are the majority of signings I have made. I bought in a total of £80 million, but spent £317 million, which, as you can imagine, means that there is a lot of pressure. There's a lot of pressure on me to do well, and we are expected to win the league by the board. But not by the pundits. They've got us predicted to be in 4th, but you can tell that Visser is actually in the media Dream 11, which is never a bad thing at all. I'm feeling relatively confident that we're going to have a really good year. The fact that we've got no European football to worry about is a massive thing. Last year, Hertha Berlin finished in 11th, which was 4 places behind where I finished with Frankfurt. We eventually finished in 7th, which is why they qualified for the Europa League 2 again this year. And that is also one of the reasons why I'm insanely happy with the way that this is potentially going to go. The fact that I don't have to worry about spreading the squad thin in terms of European football is excellent. But I still find it baffling how a squad that was this good managed to finish in such a poor position. The last manager must have really screwed up. There are positions where I needed to strengthen, and I have sorted out. Number 1 being the goalkeeper position. The player that was in goal last year, Timo Zwanen, is potentially very good, but I do think that he could use a little bit of work, which is why I bought in what's his name? Alfredinho. I was right the first time. That's why I brought him in to help support him. We've got a sensational player in Kahi Agra, who is our left back. Absolutely insanely good. 4 stars. Can't get better. Wonder kid as well. Still only 20 years old. Absolutely delighted to have him in the squad. Then we've got Alvaro on the right, who I've promised we're going to get Champions League football for. United came in with a bid of around about £45 million for him. I would have sold him, but for the fact that I want Pavez to get another year under his belt, and if I can get another year of good budgeting in, then I'll probably be able to replace him with someone better. But for the time being, he's got to stay here because he's also a team leader and he's important to the team, put it that way. And just the sheer amount of wonder kids I've got here is ridiculous. We've got Igor Yaksik, who is just brilliant as a defensive midfielder. You can tell they're only 19 years old, deep line playmaker, and also can play as a centre-back, as a libero, which is something I might approach this year. Absolutely brilliant. Can't wait to see how he develops. We've already touched on Jakub Jarosz, who's a player I definitely wanted to play with at some stage in the save, and I'm really glad I've got the chance now. He was one of the main reasons why I wanted to come over to this squad. The only position we're slightly weak in is on the right hand side, and that is because of Juanma Jimeno. He is our best right winger, and as you can tell here, there's not a lot that really screams out quality to me. I tried to get Medri. I tried to get Sami Medri from Derby, but they weren't having any of it. I genuinely offered about £180 million, still couldn't get him. They weren't willing to part with him. I tried tapping him up. I tried everything. Unfortunately, because of the fact we don't have Champions League football, I found it really difficult to hit that next level up in terms of players. I'll show you the striker I did want, and just watch. And that guy was this guy, Jeremy Nelson, 19-year-old American at Wolfsburg, who aren't even in the big competition either. He's the best striker I've seen on the game. He's insane. And of course, the other player I'm really excited to have is Dennis Music, because I can keep singing "Music is the best of me." Anything for a Sophie Ellis-Bextor theme tune. Love it. She doesn't have a theme tune. Sophie Ellis-Bextor hit, Mike. So another of the squad. Who are we playing? Oh, look, it's only Bayern Munich. It's only Bayern Munich on the opening day. Our opening fixtures are horrible, actually. Talk about a baptism of fire. We've got Bayern Munich, Bayer Leverkusen and Schalke, who won the league last year. So if I am going to be impressed, my fans at the Olympiastadion in Berlin, we're going to have to do it the hard way. Although some might see it as an opportunity to really lay down a marker, I'm not 100% sure how we're going to play in this game. But this is the team that I have starting, because they are the team that beat, I can't remember what their name was, Wegberg Beek 8-0. In the Deutsche Pokal first round. It was impressive, very impressive. And for those that don't know, I am playing a number of different systems this year that I'm training people on to get us ready. But for this game, I'm going to go with our attacking one. I want to be attacking on the front foot at home. We've got the quality of players to do the damage against Bayern Munich, and I don't really want to hold back. I want to really go for them right from the off. Let's hope that we can pull out something out the bag. We've got a slight injury to Visser and to Rosic, but we don't need to worry about that too much. Let's go through the team then. So for our first game in charge of Hertha Berlin on camera, Alfredinho is in goal, Kahit Agra, Igor Thompson, Birol Alton, who is our captain and partnering up. He's a pretty decent player, but could probably do a bit better. Another one to look at next year. And Alvaro make up the back four. Then you've got Jarosz as the deep line playmaker. You've got Bravo as the box-to-box. And you've got Amondi, Visser, Jimeno and Rosic as our front four. I'm feeling very confident about our chances this year, at least in terms of going for the Champions League. If I can fill out a title challenge, I think the board will probably be okay with me. Bayern Munich had a pretty disappointing year last year, but they've definitely strengthened though, because there's Leonardo and he looks potentially quite good. All the big teams are so good this year. They've got Romario Barrow, they've got Aguirre, who we touched on last year. He's pretty good. And then you've got Ronnie Coyle, who's also sensational. English footballer. Absolutely unreal. They probably still can't win a World Cup, but he's amazing. Right, so what are we going to do then? I'm going to passionately say you'll be keen to avenge what happened against Bayern. Half the team weren't even there, so that's a lie. But apparently everyone's taking it to heart. Let's see how we get on. I'm not really too worried about the team. The only place I'm slightly concerned about is maybe up front, and like I said, on that right-hand side. Everywhere else, we are as strong as a strong thing, and I'm feeling very confident about the transfer window of hers. Jimeno robs Bayern Munich of the ball straight away. Jimeno hits it, and not far wide, to be fair. That's a really good effort from him. Jarosz gets on the ball, and Igor Thompson. Oh, so good to see him back in my team. I've forgotten how much comfort I take from having Igor Thompson there. Jimeno's been fouled. That is a disgusting foul. Come on, ref. There's no need to review it, mate. Yep, ref's given a pen, and who's going to be taking it? I should really know. Amondi steps up to take the penalty on... Well, it's not his debut. He already scored on his debut in the Cup. But Amondi up against the Bayern Munich keeper. There's a lot of delay here, and I'm worried he's going to miss it now. I like the fact he can take it on either foot as well. He can take it on his left or on his right. It doesn't really matter, so it's always going to dissuade the keeper. Amondi hits it. 1-0 to Hertha Berlin within 8 minutes. Get in! Thorpe was the player I was really looking at buying as well, but the problem again is that he's playing for Bayern Munich and they're in the Champions League, which makes it really difficult for me to try and get him in as time goes through on goal. And he's hit the bar. We're a little bit lucky there. Alfredinho, all at sea, but at least he made himself big. Easy now. You filth, all of you. Igor on the ball into Visser. I can't wait to see this guy play. That is insane. Visser's just gone on one here. Visser hits it. he's a bit frightening. I would be terrified of Visser if I was in the opposition ranks. Saidi's got a bit lucky in getting the ball there. Coyle now, this is the man I'm a bit worried about. Up against Alvaro on that right hand side. It's a lovely ball from him. He's found Mensah. Don't foul him. Just stand him up. Good tackle. No, you can't be giving that as a pen. Ref. Okay, their one's a pen. That's never a pen. My best defender key, I got apart from Igor, is given away. Barrow Fredina makes a save. Get in. Romario Barrow misses. Mensah, we're holding on here. As time to Saidi. Go on, boys. Nets, for God's sake, just clear it. Nets, whoops, and Igor clears it. Of course he does. Let's go from attacking. Let's just go positive. Oh, they've got a free kick in a really dangerous area. It's not a free kick, Mike. It's otherwise known as a corner. Leonardo heads it. Alfredino, from making a brilliant save to spilling it like an idiot. Welcome to the wonderful world of FM goalkeepers. Jack Umpile has scored. Royco's got the assist. It's not great from Alvaro and Alfredino. I think they kind of get in each other's way. We're going back attacking. That's frustrating. That's such a frustrating way to give away a goal. But at least we're on the attack again as Bravo gets the ball here. Bravo plays it back into Yarots. Go on, mate. I hope that's how you say it, by the way. Yarots. Good ball out to Alvaro. Whips in Rosic. Captain Rakto Rosic has scored again. It's his 4th goal in 2 games. Oh, he's technically insane. A brilliant goal. Love overlapping fullbacks. Love them. But not when it's coming back the other way. It's a great header. It's a sensational header. And a brilliant ball in by Alvaro. We're back in front. Get in. Oh, for God's sake. It's another set piece. Coyle whips the ball in. Back post. They've scored it. New club. Same problems. Just love a set piece. Just love a set piece. Owen Coyle's delivery is ridiculous. Saidi is somehow beating Igor Thompson to the ball. I have no idea how, considering he has 18 heading. I mean, it'd be brilliant if they could find another way to score other than a set piece. Actually, if they could just not score again, that would also be preferable. Amondi on the ball, whips it in. And Germano, he's hit the bar, he's hit it. Germano, oh, come on, mate. It's a brilliant bit of goalkeeping. Annoyingly, we're all over him here. They're literally Owen Coyle and nobody else. They've got nothing else other than Owen Coyle. Don't foul him. I hate Ronnie Coyle. I hate Ronnie Coyle. I hate him already. Frederick Mensah scores. And somehow, from being completely in control of the game, just one player is destroying me. He's just destroying me, Ronnie Coyle. It's a brilliant ball to the back post. And Mensah heads it in at the back. It's a ridiculous goal. It's a ridiculous run. Germano's having a stinker. After all the praise I was giving him, he's actually been atrocious. I mean, there's another highlight. It's been one hell of a start to a season. I mean, what an opening game this is. This is what all my games are going to be like here, to be fair. I don't expect us to concede that many goals. Or that we've just had a bit of unluckiness during the set. Unluckiness? I don't know if that's a word. Back to Yarots. Go on, boys. We can do this. Visser. Oh, he skinned his man there. Visser on the ball, playing through. Visser hits it. It's gone just wide. It's a sensational effort. It's gone just wide, though. I mean, we've been the dominant team, but it's just one bloke is killing me right now. I'm going to say aggressively. Come on, I expect to see a much better game. Yimino is coming off. He's been really poor, actually. Really poor. I was expecting more. He's been poor. I'm going to bring on Schendel, who's a very decent player that we got out on that right-hand side. He can play mostly as a forward, but he is also very good as an inverted winger out on that side. So I think we're going to try and get him a little bit on the offensive as well. Other than that, I've been very, very pleased with the team. I think we've played quite well. We're just a little bit unlucky with the chances that they've caused, but we've got to defend a bit better. And we also just need to have the refereeing decisions be correct. Although they didn't score from the penalty, so nothing's happened in the second half. This is the first highlight, and it's 73 minutes in. Saidi out to Coyle. Just leave me alone, Ronnie. Barrow into Coyle. Schendel has nearly fouled him there. Coyle whips it in, and Aguirre. I hate Ronnie Coyle. I hate him. How good is he again? Sorry? Ridiculous. That's 4 assists. They got 4 goals. He's got 4 assists. Piss off. Amondi whips it in. Can we just get another one? Make it 4-3? Nah, you know what? We'll just let Ronnie Coyle just carry on again, even though I said to specifically mark him and crock him. Great tackle. Doesn't matter. It's Ronnie Coyle. Ronnie Coyle just goes through. Plays into Mensah. Well done, Alfredinho. Good to see you're actually here, mate. You're taking part in the game. Well done. Actually, I can't say that. He did make a penalty save. Bravo drives forward here. Go on. Where are you playing it? Out to Schendel. Go on, Schendel. Up against him. Schendel darts inside. Bends one in the far corner. What a goal by Stefan Schendel. Johnny Bravo with the assist. Well done, mate. Hey there, mama. Come on, boys. One more chance. Get it forward. There's 3 minutes of add-on time. It's going to be a Ronnie Coyle inspired defeat. We were the better team by miles. They just had Ronnie Coyle. I'm going to say I can't fault any of your performances. They play really well. We play really well. Ronnie Coyle has literally just destroyed me there. That's such an irritating way to start off. And it's not how I wanted to start, but there are signs there. Considering the teams barely played together and there's a lot of new players, so only lose 3-4 to Bayern Munich. Or 4-3 rather. I'm not too worried about that, but I am worried about the games coming up. Hopefully we'll be able to get back on track. We shall see. And I think what we'll do actually is we'll come back for... Where should we come back for actually? Let's come back for games against Augsburg and Gladbach, because that way it's going to give me a little bit more time to play with the team, get used to them, see what's going on. Hopefully we'll have picked up some results by then. I'm feeling pretty confident. The Bundesliga is always really, really close and teams kind of take a lot of points off each other, so I don't think we're going to have to be at our best to win the title, but I do think that we need to start picking up a win in one of these two games against Bayer or Schalke. Otherwise we could be off to a bit of a stinker, but I don't know. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. Of course, if you have, then please do drop a like on the video. Share, subscribe, let me know what you think of my signings. And how do I stop Ronnie Coyle next time we play Bayern Munich? Is he the best player you've ever seen on FM? Not attribute-wise, but in terms of performance, that was pretty much as good as it gets. Anyway, I shall see you for the next episode. Take care of yourselves, everyone. And in the meantime, stay cool. Ronnie Coyle.